Oh boy. Here we are. It's Terra Invicta again. We are folding Turkey into the EU. We're still waiting until mid-September, which would be quite soon, in order to start getting Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan back into the EU's federation. We're days away from the intercept battle against the carrier fleet. This is the new Earth defense fleet that we're looking at here. You can see we have a number of Erendite class battleships armed with those front laser cannons. A lot of point defenses. Could be good. We've got some Joyux battle cruisers mounting those heavy siege coilers for taking out bigger targets. And they're backed up by a number of Rongomeniads, which we've seen, if I remember to control them correctly, can be useful at taking out flankers, but the real anti-flanker threat is going to be newly arriving Einherjar II class monitors armed with Artemis torpedo bays. These will not be very fast, they will not be very effective against anything but those flankers. They're the only thing we have to take them on. If you are familiar with the concept of OODA loops, the aliens have completed their loops faster than we have completed ours. The AI can adapt to your strategy. I don't think it did that in this case. I think that it was always going to go laser battleships with lots of point defenses. But the fact that I started out by throwing lots of missiles and then followed it up with coil guns probably didn't help. So they have fully countered our strats here. They've also noticed that we leave a lot of vulnerable side armor on all of our ships. So lots of flankers that are very fast have started showing up. We have to start countering them, and then they will work on countering those ships as best they can while also introducing their newest classes. Speaking of newest classes, we are still a long time, 40 plus days away from getting any of the ocean or continent class dreadnoughts and lancers out. It's gonna be a while before these sleepy boys get out of these damn shipyards. We're struggling to generate enough volatiles to support ship production, and we have a number of mines going up on asteroids all over the system to bring us more volatiles, but those will not be completed for at least another year or more. Rough times. We're also struggling desperately for ops. There are space station modules that will help us generate ops. We don't have them yet. I honestly don't feel that they're a priority. And really, our real priority should be eliminating all of the hostile space stations around the Earth. The upcoming battle is going to be decisive in picking how we're going to fight the rest of this war. If, and this is a big if, we not only beat the carrier fleet that's about to drop armies on us, if we beat them in the sky, and enough ships are left over with enough ammunition that it seems feasible that we can go after the surveillance station that is now haunting us, then yes, we are going to initiate that attack. We're going to take on Swift Spear. We're going to take on its interception fleet. This fleet is composed almost entirely of fast flankers, which until we started busting out Rongomeniads and Erendites, we would not have any possible way to counter, but now we can counter them. It is feasible we can attack the station. However, the station has extremely formidable defenses that we haven't even begun to talk about because it has 3 different defense systems. Oh, I accidentally... It has 3 different... Oh, those are the garrisons. Here it is. Point layer defense arrays on it. So they're going to intercept a huge amount of projectiles. With that many overlapping, they're going to be able to intercept heavy siege coils unless we really overwhelm them. They definitely can intercept missiles with a lot of ease. If we can clear all of those out and then maybe think about taking on Survey Fleet 4 without at any point summoning the aliens' largest fleet to come fight us, because we definitely cannot take on this large of a fleet, and it is traveling to Earth and it will be here soon. We gotta dodge these guys. I would rather they blow up all of our stations in Earth orbit and all of everybody's stations in Earth orbit than fight them. It's not a good time for us to be fighting them. If we can keep Earth orbit clear, then we can start thinking about taking on the stations. If not, if the aliens evade us or defeat us in aerial space combat here, if our whole fleet is wiped, it is on to guerrilla warfare. This is pretty standard. This normally happens in the Terra Invicta game, especially in your first few runs. You just have to keep putting up shipyards wherever you can, slowly creeping further and further out in the solar system until you can get some sort of attack on the alien mines together. You basically surrender control of Earth's orbit, commit to ground warfare and nuclear combat against landing alien ships, and just start knocking out these mines, these refueling stations in the inner system, take them out, slow down the alien progress until such a time that you can turn things around. It's bleak. That is a bleak existence. I've done it a number of times. It's not great. I prefer the one where we win. I don't know that that's going to happen. All right, we're fully combined with Turkey. We're fragmented. Inequality is growing, so we're going to need to increase our welfare spending, which is fine. We've drastically reduced our Navy spending. I'd like for every army to have a Navy. That's just not going to fly at the moment. It's too expensive and too draining. We have quite a few, however, and we also have plenty of American armies as well to give us some backup there. And British armies. One British army with a Navy. We need to get environmental spending, inequality back under control. Democracy's great. If we could get back over 55,000 per capita GDP, that would be fantastic. We don't need to worry too much about knowledge. I think at one point we had knowledge over 10, but anything over 8 is really good. And then from there, anything over 12 is truly excellent. But there are some penalties you get from having super high knowledge as well. The EU has launched a new navy attached to the 5th Guards. That sounds like a Russian army, and that's fantastic. One thing we might want is increased war against the Protectorate. We may want to start killing Protectorate agents specifically. So I was looking at the resources chart earlier. The Protectorate have a lot of statistics and they have a lot of control points. But the thing is, when I come out here and I look at their stuff, their countries are like Mexico or Republic of the Southern Cross, which is basically Super Australia, and like scattered throughout Africa. This is not like a really unified, solid block. I think if we can start knocking out some of their agents, lowering their capacity, taking some of their bigger places, we're going to want South Africa and the Republic of the Southern Cross for when we get restored Commonwealth on the United Kingdom. Take those, take Canada, combine it all together, and then fold that into the EU. That'll be, I believe, the last major, maybe the last expansion period of the EU. But yeah, we gotta find Protectorate agents out there somewhere. I don't really know how to do it. Normally I just wait for them to pop up, but they have been pretty apprehensive about showing up in our territory. I wonder if I should just be hitting up Mexico, which appears to be their capital. It's their largest country. Alright, we got a fleet battle over top of Mercury. We have a single ship, Erendite class. We're going to track our enemies. We're already knocking one of them out of the park. Oh no, we took a huge hit somewhere. Is that a radiator? Did we just lose our radiator immediately? I think we did. Well, we can no longer afford a long combat. We're going to get too hot for that. Probably should have pulled my radiator in, to be honest. It's going to be a slow... Oh no, they took out my nose weapon as well. Well, that's pretty much it for me. Alright. We're gonna turn on this guy because he's coming in on us. We're getting some hits with the smaller arc laser. Don't hate that. If we could put some real serious damage on them, I'd be really appreciative. We're keeping our thickest armor pointed towards him. Oh, the other ship is just piecing out, dude. He's just like almost 4,000 kilometers away. Giving up on this. Alright, we're getting to our closest point so far. Lasers deal an increased amount of damage the closer they are. Damage is about to start going up. Neither side is really breaking each other's armor. Could be a long one. Losing that front cannon really hurts, though. You can see our heat levels are rising over here. We just got electronic warfare, I think. There it is. We're back. We started getting our engine block. Now we're in trouble. Oh, we did emergency repairs. We got our engines back. Wow, nice work, Camper Down. That's the name of the ship. Okay. Lost our radiator. We lost part of our battery, which is really awful. We lost the arc laser. I wonder if we've done any significant damage to any of their systems. Any surface systems that we've tagged. We got something. We booped them. Their engine? Did we hit their engine? Our heat levels are still continuing to rise. Are they done? I think they might be out. Now they're turning around relative to us. Oh, here they go. They're maneuvering. If they got more than 2,000 away, I would disengage and go back and repair my damages. But this looks like maybe he wants to make another run. We're letting them spend all of their Delta V running around in circles, constantly canceling their own momentum. This is like Call of Duty gamer shit. Absolutely wasting energy. Look at all these maneuvers they're pulling off. Completely farcical. This is a horrible prelude battle. Like, this is the opener for the big battle later. This is the worst opener I've ever seen. It's like getting Beatles impersonators to show up at, like, a Linkin Park concert. That radiator, look at those. They look horrible. Get a good close look at the ship, though. That's a European ship for sure. Okay, so they are offering to withdraw. Okay, we're gonna send it home to repair. It's actually playing the victory music for us, so apparently it believes that a mutual withdrawal is a victory for humans. Now, why have they stopped attacking? They stopped bombarding the base that I had down here. I don't remember which one it was. The base at Tolkien Crater. Let's take a look. Doesn't look like anything's damaged, and I don't have a repair option. Okay. I'm not comfortable leaving them out there. When Mercury Defense Fleet is repaired, they are absolutely going to get involved. The Mercury Defense Fleet won't be repaired for a few days. And we may have other things occupying our mind. Well, never mind. We don't have anything occupying our mind. Are they transferring out? Looks like they're going somewhere. They might be preparing for a long, like a long journey back out to the outer edges of the system, and they're waiting for a transfer window. That's possible. All right, we're going in. We're fully refueled, fully repaired. We're absolutely bringing our radiator in this time. We have a battery. They are the opposite. They are exactly as damaged as we left them. This is the best opportunity we're gonna have at defeating them. Our nose cannon is absolutely doing work there. We're taking side hits that we don't want to be taking, but that's okay because we need to defeat this guy before he gets in behind us. Is the other one? Is the other one? All right, the other one's maneuvering. We can turn to face our current opponent. He should be dead before this guy gets in and gets shots on our engine block. Yeah, he's dying real good. We're burning him up. All right, we're gonna have to turn very soon. Nose laser putting in work. Starting to see yellows across the board here. That's the power of a giant focal laser, motherfucker. His engines are out. You can see because he's got gray lines. That means he can't maneuver anymore. They are toast. And we got a heroic officer out of that. Fantastic. Ensign Yarna Atang. I'm not familiar with what culture that name is from, but congratulations, Ensign. You're a goddamn hero to your country, to the EU, to the entire world. Possibly you could be American as well, or from the United Kingdom. Although, as much as the United Kingdom doesn't want to believe it, they are part of Europe, so they may not be part of the European Union yet. But they are definitely European. Bum 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 ba da 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 dum bum ba da dum bum ba da 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 dum bum 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 ba. September 30th is coming up. Bum 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 ba 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 ba. Rule Britannia, Britannia, rule the waves. Britons never shall be slaves. Rule Britannia. So we are going to accelerate slightly our larger ships with more armor, especially nose armor, so that they run in front of the smaller ships and are more likely to get targeted. They're the best able to take the hits. I know what you're thinking. Those who have the most money, everyone else should be sacrificed. The smaller ships should sacrifice themselves for the larger ones. But you see, we're playing European Union, so it's socialist. The ones most capable of taking the hits, who might not even be bothered by them at all, shall. To protect all. For humans, for civilization, etc., etc. Somewhere out there, someone's mauling in the comment section about socialism or some nonsense, I'm sure. Okay. We need to take out these battleships for sure. I just don't think I want my... I don't think I want the Einherjars to be involved in targeting anybody. Let's pull in all radiators. Disable all torpedoes. Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead. Let's do it. Let's go absolutely crazy on these mothers. We've earned it. We've deserved this. We deserve a nice victory. Don't we all? Alright, we're switching targets now. You can see the slugs of the coil gun got mixed up in there. The aliens were too busy firing at the torpedoes, and they got absolutely slaughtered. Now the Rongomeniads are showing up. They're done. Absolutely cooked. 100%. This is over. Now, I wanted to save the torpedoes to target the assault carrier. I don't think these torpedoes' guidance systems are going to go far enough to target this guy. Yeah, they're definitely intercepting the torpedoes on the way in anyway. That's okay. I can hear that more slugs are being fired now. It sounds like a couple reserve torpedoes are coming in. Somebody's firing plasma, so we can't avoid that damage. This guy's toast. Hopefully repairs aren't going to take very long. Rearming is going to be expensive, but this definitely was worth it. Okay, okay. We fully contested an army carrier in space. This is exactly the first part outcome that we wanted to have. Now we have to make it back to Earth Dock 1 without being intercepted by the bad guy No-No fleet. Rearm. Do what little repairs need to be done. That's a huge amount of exotics. Those battleships have to be loaded with that shit. Alright, here we go. Things are going well so far. Earth Dock 1, 2 hours away. Closer to 3. The world has come to terms with the presence of the aliens. They are here, they are among us, and they are spreading through the solar system. But abject terror and ecstatic joy can only last so long without resolution. They give way to a background of gnawing fear or a vague hope for the future, as the more immediate and prosaic concerns of daily survival come to the fore. As the globe churns, the rearrangement of nations and peoples is slowing. Our counselors' missions will take longer to execute going forward. Some missions will have increased impact as we spend more time conducting them. Mission assignment phase will occur every 3 weeks going forward. So when we started the game, it was 1. And then for a very long time, for like 15 years, it was 2. Now it's 3. Guatemala. Why Guatemala? Guatemala. Why? Okay, okay. Exciting, exciting. Repair, rearm, strike back at the aliens that are in orbit, eliminate Swift Spear surveillance station, come back down, try to eliminate the alien survey group that is out here. If that is successful, nope, that's not that group. It doesn't matter. We don't need to click on it, but it is this group. If we are successful in completing both of those objectives, we can think about contesting any other alien fleets that are coming towards us, and of course there is a big alien fleet coming towards us right now. We may want to consider holding off on going to the surveillance station until we fight and probably lose to this group. I think what's most likely is that this group is going to arrive at Earth, and then it's going to start blowing up all of our space stations and lunar mines, rather than attack us directly. But if they engage our main fleet while it's in dock, at the very least, we'll have the docks shore guns. They're not very good. It's not a big help, but it is something of a help. And at the very least, we don't have to go very far. Yeah. Rather than jump for the surveillance fleet, we may wait for this large fleet to show up, and maybe we might even intercept them in orbit. They've got at least one Titan. If we can bloody its nose, they'll be forced to escort it back home. I thought this was a huge fleet. It has a large number of ships, but there's a lot of small, like corvettes, monitor, escort. There aren't a lot of battleships that are capable of like the cruisers are going to be very vulnerable to the heavy siege coils, just smacking them and blowing them up instantly. I think that there's a fair shot we can defeat them. If we can clear Earth orbit of all alien influence, we can start clearing this orbital ring around Earth interfaces 1 and 2, the ISS, and Tiangong, the Chinese station, using big marine ship landers, and start claiming all the orbital interface spots, upgrading all of our stations. You remember we have those like research station type things that when they're in Earth interface, they give a bonus to the things going on in your country, like plus 3% to knowledge. We want to maximize all those bonuses to 50% across the board. We don't have the space. Like all of the orbital slots are taken up now. We're going to have to seize them by force from other groups. If we can successfully get through all of this. I don't know why I'm clapping. You guys aren't children. If.
Reporting in. We must persuade the people. Reporting in.
Last time I heard someone say if, they got the shit smacked out of them, though. Hashtag Leonidas.
Will restore peace to this nation.
Ready. Restoring order.
We got to keep order up. Completely restored in the EU. No problems here, no problems. 10 for 10, no drama.
I will help them. Offering assistance.
Offering assistance.
How long are those repairs and rearms? Please let it finish before the enemy shows up. October 2nd? Okay. Enemy fleet arrives October 4th. The stage for our final battle has been set. Uh-oh, they need to resupply as well. All right, that's less than 1 hour. That's good, okay. We're ready. Sortie of the fleet. Let's get them, boys. October 7th, 2037. A day which will live in infamy. I believe we slightly outnumber them. They certainly have us in tonnage, and their attack power is higher. Oh yes, we have 30 ships and they have 23. Okay. They certainly can move much faster than us as well. Here we go. Same deal as last time. The ships most capable of taking a hit are going to slip out in front to encourage the aliens to fire upon them. Retract all of these radiators. We can pop them later in the battle when the heat starts going up. We can pop them when they're less vulnerable and more needed. All right. Then we need our individual ships to be shooting at their smallest ships. We need to be eliminating the little guys as best possible with the people most capable of doing that. Now, I could be looking at the exact positioning of where each of these ships is to find out which ship it will be most capable of countering, but we're talking so many ships here. It's better to just mass assign them. Okay, and we want the Rongomeniads to be forward laser capable. The Rongomeniads will be squaring up against individualized opponents as needed. The siege coil ships are all going to open fire on the battle cruiser. Sorry, the battleship. We know that these battleships, I don't know that we've seen this specific class. Comment section can correct me if we're wrong. I think the other ones were called the Innocent something. But, oh, this is a ship named after its class. So this is the first ship of its class. It's the name ship. We also have the name ship of the Guiding Pulsar class here. Interesting. We are going to eliminate the battleship. That's probably going to have the highest point defense. And then we're going to concentrate on taking out the Titan. We want to make sure that the Titan's defenses are as low as possible before we get in there and start bonking off of it. All right, maneuvering starts as soon as they hit the red. They're gonna... Bigger guys are gonna start accelerating. Oh, they're not. Oh, because I locked on. They're not gonna move to the front. Boy, look at that crazy mess. It's time for Rongomeniads to start squaring up against individualized opponents. Right here, there's this one dipping through the fleet. He's cutting across in front. Absolutely want to nail that guy. This guy's cutting left. You know, left relative to the direction we're facing. Alright, let's see how this turns out. We're really hoping that these torpedoes start taking ships out. We're looking for explosions in this area. I'm seeing big explosions. Not bad. Not a huge amount of explosions. Not as many as I would like, but some. A lot of injured ships, which is good. They're now skating behind us, trying to get rear shots on us. Anticipated, fully anticipated that this might happen. This is where Rongomeniads are going to start playing rear defense. somebody shooting under us? Yes, it is. Absolutely need somebody on track. EDC's on auto track. Bum, 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 bum. It's hard to say how well we're doing here, honestly. We did take out a number of enemies. Guess this guy up here. That Rongamania is crippled. Unable to maneuver. How are we doing versus his battleship? It is intercepting all of the siege coils coming its way, which is bad. That's not what we want to have happen. The Titan is absolutely dominating the battlefield. Look at all these laser boats. It's not the best for us. Not the best. We're gonna open all fire, every ship. Focus fire on the Titan. I think it's over for us. We are not cracking that thing's armor. Even at such incredible short ranges, we have not put any damage on the Titan at all. We're getting sliced apart. I think we probably could refight this a little bit better, but... we may want to consider, rather than sending missiles at the flankers, letting the lasers do with the flankers and just dropping everything on the Titan possible. Open on the Titan, fully focus fire on it in the battleship from the beginning. I mean, we destroyed a number of small ships and one cruiser, I think. Yeah, but this was not an optimal outcome. We're gonna do it again. I mean, we can't rerun this forever, right? I mean, I think we made a tactical choice error, but there's only so much we can do with the Navy we currently have. I'm curious how auto-resolve thinks we're doing. Not well, apparently. Both sides departed the battle. Do we consider this a victory? Well, we punished the Titan. They might retreat with it. Do I want to consider this? Maybe? I guess it depends on what they do as a result of this. 6 weeks to get...
Things are cooling off.
5 seconds away. A new alien assault ship is launching. We just got done dealing with the first one. Unbelievable. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We certainly don't have enough volatiles to continue printing out the sort of bigger ships that we needed to accomplish what we just did. Not at the rate they are required. Okay, so that's 2 different assault ship groups are now approaching the Earth.
Stabilizing.
How's this? What's this fleet doing here? No, they're doing nothing. They're just following our larger fleet.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Haunting, really. Okay. The ocean dreadnoughts, which are specifically designed to overwhelm point defenses and also to defeat smaller ships, have finally launched. They are waiting at the docks. I wonder if that fleet... What's going on with the alien fleet? I'm curious if it's out of fuel, maybe? No, it has plenty of fuel. Oh, it's transferring out. It's going to take 2 years to go... Well, a year and a half to go home. Okay, like I said, they're always out to defend those Titans. And now they're forced to limp away with the Titan. I would call this a stalemate. None of these ships are dead. They're all going to come back later. It's still going to be scary. And we lost basically half the fleet in the process. But we might be able to contest Earth orbit with what remains. This is a thin amount of ships remaining. At the very least, keeping our space stations alive in Earth orbit and keeping the aliens off of the ground is a win in and of itself. I wanted more. I didn't have the fleet command skills, and we definitely don't have the juice. We don't have what it takes to make it happen.
Offering.
Do we have an Earth transit station? Because if not, we definitely need to put one up right now while the enemy is distracted. I stopped naming my bases when we started having way too many of them. See, the way to do it would be to sort by resistance. Earth. There we go. We have Earth dock. Lagrange points. Okay, we lost our transit, which is our extreme orbits. We definitely want to get a new one out there, possibly more than one. We're out of volatiles, so we're having to spend boost to send it up from the Earth's surface. And then one shipyard to get us everything we need for that Earth transit station. I think this is the 5th transit station. They're very popular for the aliens to shoot at.
We'll see what.
Not now, but at some point, we're probably going to want to go through all of our counselors' orgs and remove the ones that we picked at the beginning of the game that are no longer relevant.
Ready to go.
Actually, have you follow this person? That's probably the alien.
At your service.
What's the op? I will try to sway the public.
Then we'll do a sensor sweep on top of the alien's area.
Surveilling target area.
Where to?
Okay, we're pretty close to getting inequality and
Setting
welfare
watch.
into the kind of levels that we're looking for.
Offering counsel.
The fleet should be docking up on the 21st of November, I believe. They've arrived. Repair time is... No repair time. Oh, we don't have any... We can send it up using boost. Oh, okay, let's try resupply.
Person of interest Seville.
Okay, so at least we have Oh, I guess that did it. Okay. We need it to merge with Romeo 161. Our fleet composition. We're led by a single ocean dreadnought, absolutely loaded down with Artemis torpedoes and a heavy coil cannon to help put tons and tons of nonsense downstream. I think we save and make a shot at engaging any alien fleets in orbit. Especially if that damaged fleet is still out there. It might be a good time. Is it out there? It is. It hasn't left yet. Oh, it has left. It's just moving very slowly. 0.089 milligs, but we can't intercept it because it would take too long. Okay, we're going to try to bully this solo destroyer over here.
The people will come to our side.
So the thing is, if we can make
Violence
it
is abating.
flinch, aborts flight plans. What the hell? Oh, it's leaving. It's transferring back home. Good, excellent. Okay. It takes 6 months for a survey mission to complete. So if we can force them to flinch and like flee, it'll reset their timer. We don't necessarily have to kill them. Of course, I would prefer to, but... And here we are. They are going to run, which is fine. Okay, the Mars bases are getting back up. Settlement mining complexes are going up on all of them. Our volatiles income has skyrocketed as a result. We're going to be building new ships again at a very good pace. Let's take a second run at trying to grab Survey 2. If they flee again, we're going to go after the surveillance base rather than the surveillance ships. They are willing to fight this time. Don't really know why, but here we go. Okay, retract everything. The ocean is going in the front. Top speed, whatever that passes for. Some of these ships are too big for top speed to really matter. Also, this game, you know, it models sort of Newtonian zero-G mechanics pretty okayly. But yeah, like, you can't just go accelerate continuously on this battlefield. There is a maximum top speed for sure. You get traffic broke. Well, we're just preparing our Rongomeniads and all of our various ships. We got to get these lasers over into the correct fire mode. There is a way to do it up here, but I don't want everything, like I don't want the 40 millimeters to go offensive yet. I want them to stay defensive. So you have to do individual assignments. We're gonna overwhelm one ship. We're sending missiles at all of the ships just to make sure that their point defenses are slightly occupied and that their ECMs are occupied as well. But we are trying to take out ships individually rather than piece by piece. Sorry, I guess piece by piece would be the correct way of saying it. Rather than try to defeat them all at once, we want one ship to eat a ton of shit. And it's gonna be the Primal Force. Alright, here goes the ocean. Lasers are going absolutely ape shit. As long as they're shooting those lasers at the torpedoes, they're not shooting them at our fleet. They are, of course, now shooting at our fleet, but we are counter-firing. They are keeping a wave of the siege coils away, but our lasers are starting to make a difference here. At some point, we're going to get close enough for 40mm to matter at this rate. 40mm is firing, and it is making a difference. Wow, holy shit. Okay. Light them up, boys. Alright, flip targets. That guy's not dead, but he could die just from residual damage. But we want to get side shots on this battleship as much as possible, where its armor is thin. Absolutely got him. Probably several weapon systems on that bad boy are damaged. He's less of a threat. Okay, he's gone. Golden power. We're shooting it in the back. Done. We are taking hits from the icy meteor in the back, but we've already cooked so hard, it doesn't really matter. This dude's toast. This whole fleet is done for. The ocean is fucked. This thing took so many hits, it's completely out of ammunition. Look at it. It's lost almost all its weapon systems. We may have to leave the ocean behind. The ocean and the steadfast. We might separate them into a different fleet for repairs, and then take the rest of the fleet to go fight that surveillance station. Okay, hold on. Split fleet. Where was the other one? I don't know the name of this one, but we can just separate all of the Einherjars out, I guess. Oh, it's probably the one that has damage on it. That makes a ton of sense. Okay. We're going to speed these guys back. Have them start rearming and refueling. The other fleet will also make their way back. But who knows how long it's going to take, and their repairs are going to be considerable. It's going to take 17 weeks. Well, we don't have time to wait 17 weeks for those two ships. We need a fast tomorrow for the main fleet. Repaired, refueled, rearmed, ready to kick ass. We still can't catch these guys. They're cooking. They are cooking. We are looking for Earth Luna 5 Swift Spear Station. We need to leave plenty of fuel for a return trip back. Yikes. Not happening. Okay, well, fortunately we have a number of repair like shipyards out here that maybe we'll be able to make an easy transit to, but if not, we're gonna have to send a big ship out with tons of fuel to go get them and then distribute its propellant to all of them. Oh no, yikes, this is a nightmare zone. Okay, low Earth orbit is increasingly saturated with debris. The primary culprit is wreckage from multiple space battles, in which warships and civilian stations alike are blasted apart into innumerable pieces that are difficult for even all of Earth's combined space agencies to track. The density has now reached a level where collisions between space debris create more debris in turn, leading to an unstoppable runaway effect. While operations in medium Earth orbit and beyond should remain mostly unaffected, low Earth orbit is now a very dangerous place for ships, HABs, and satellites to be. This can and almost certainly will happen in real life. Kessler syndrome is a nightmare. The way we get around it right now is you launch over the poles, which costs an incredible amount of extra rocket fuel to launch, contrary to the spin of the Earth. I guess it's not contrary. I guess it's perpendicular to the spin of the Earth. All right, Swift Spear. We're going in. This has been a big month for humanity. Can we have a grand finale, like some sort of grand order? A fated grand order, really. Okay, big ships are going up front. It's too bad we don't have the ocean. That was a big ship. Boy, it took a lot of hits. That's what 50 frontal armor will get you, though, boys. That's that big, expensive stuff. Okay, we want our Einherjars to tag 2 of these dudes for sure. That's the name ship, Resonant Echo. We absolutely want to stomp the shit out of him. For certain. We don't want him roaming free. Name ships, our flagship leaders. We don't want the aliens to have honor. We don't want them to have joy. We're here to destroy. Yeah, we want the Erendites to be blasting with all lasers. It's been highly effective using the double laser of the Erendites. Green arcs are very efficient. Just wait until we get the Continental class with its super laser out here, right? That's what that class is made of. I'll tell you what it's made of. European power and moxie, America, and the power of humans on Earth. There they are. Athenas are away. They're tracking. They're getting taken out in big numbers. They're getting close, but oh, we bonked them on the nose. I'll take it. All right, heavy siege coils are away. Keeping everybody honest. Facing the correct direction. Let's concentrate fire here. There we go. We got them all? We're about to. Okay. Laser barrages are underway. As we get closer, we're going to start dealing more damage. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got them. I think we lost at least one ship. We lost one, the Lexington. Okay. Not a lot of juice from the squeeze. Not a lot of exotics, but victory tastes the sweetest anyway. You can quote me on that one. That's my patent quote for the day. Boom, we're blowing it up. And then we're going home if we can. Probably not. It's gonna say we don't have enough. Yeah. I gotcha. I understand, brother. Okay. Figure out where we're located. We're gonna need something in this radius. One of the other... Can we transfer to Luna 3? Yeah. In a week. We might as well put a small space station here just to keep the aliens from putting a surveillance station here. Seems like a dick move, but, you know, they're the ones trying to kill us. So what are we going to put here? What makes sense? A little way station, perhaps, to prevent something like this from happening again? Let's say a little solar collector. Solar collector. Point defense array. And space dock. So this is Earth LG way station that can be used to transfer further out in the system. If you can barely limp to the extreme station at Earth, you can barely limp to the Lagrange. And when you're at the Lagrange, there's no gravity. It's a point of 0 gravity between the two. So that's your best shot at making a transit, an energy transit to someplace else. Central African Republic. Boy. Shit. It's moving away so slowly. A lot of little fleets are starting to come in here. That's a pretty big fleet headed towards Mercury. Mercury. That's on its way out. It's going home. I guess we should be considering building more ships at Mercury, given Mercury's immediate problems. Let's get Rongomeniads. They've been extremely effective. Green arc lasers. Now, you'll remember that I rushed research for green arc lasers as best I could, so it's no surprise that they're highly effective in the mid-game right now. I knew that they were good, so we went for them. We've had them around for like 5 years. Haven't really had a chance to use them in battle till now, but that is how navies work in the current timeline, and also air forces. You're fighting with yesterday's weapons. All right, we'll give this one more turn, a 3-week period. See how things are going, and then we'll probably call it for the day. Hey, of course, we're spending almost 26% of our GDP on making all European Union members feel like they're European Union members. But hey, let's make music together. Let's make sweet harmony. December 12th, 2037, we will have another set of cooldowns. Maybe we'll be able to get into the alliance then. Maybe we'll be able to join the European Union. If that's true, we want to set at least 2 counselors to set national policy.
Time to make our move.
Now, because it's not available now, but it will be available by the time their turns come around. So we'll do a little bit of forward thinking.
On my way to
get that out of the way. Resistance controls 63% of the public opinion here. I think it's time to start taking swings at cracking America again.
Ready for my mission. Offering assistance.
We've got the control points. We can handle taking all of America, I think. We can just get in here.
Must persuade the people.
Acknowledged.
Eyes up.
Oh, wait, weren't we following an alien? Maybe we should do that. Yeah, we probably shouldn't let the alien go free.
When do you need me?
There he is. Oh, Canada. What do you want to bet? This motherfucker's second wave. He's Alpha 30, bro. We've killed so many of these dudes. Wow, he's got some high-level reps on him as well. The Epsilon group. I'd love to get my hands on that. Oh no, he's got the International Money Fund. Oh, that's a good... That +6 economy. Oh my god. There's almost no chance we can steal that from him, right? It's basically impossible to steal the IMF. Bum, 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 bum.
Ready. Where do you need me?
We don't even have the option. Shit. Shit.
Initiating recon.
Lending my expertise.
We're almost done with Forward Russia, which will lead into Restored Commonwealth, which is our next big project. Forward Russia just gives Russia a tag on Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, but that doesn't matter now because Russia's already been folded into the EU, and I don't think the EU inherits its claims. Well, I failed. Here we go. Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan are on the menu.
Violence is abating.
Well, they're gonna try to take out my primary dockyard. They're gonna succeed too. We have nothing to contest that with. We'll see if they let us keep Earth Dock 3 up. Probably they are going to blow it up. I don't know what to make this one. I'm surprised there's an open spot, honestly. We'll put a farm and a layered defense array to start with. Yikes, don't like having to spend boosts. That means I've run out of materials. Nano factories give a bonus to economy, so we may, I mean, it'd be faster for us to just wait for more volatiles than spend the 270 days boosting it up here, honestly. Calling it the economy station sounds wrong, but okay, they're going absolutely nuts.
Mission complete.
Boy, what happened to the these guys? They're just limping along to a station that no longer exists. That's very bad, to be honest. We're gonna have people park themselves at Earth Transit 5 for a little bit. Oh, there's nothing at Earth Transit 5. Do we have anything with a dock in Earth orbit?
Standby G, resting in timesink.
Nope. We're just gonna have to park ourselves at Earth Dock 3 and hope for the best, I guess. Let's save some fuel, go as slow as possible. Okay, so New Year 2038, we should be able to get the last vestiges of the European Union altogether. Excellent, excellent. I don't really care for the fact that a number of oh, hold on, we're under attack at Mercury. I don't care for a number of our fleeted armies are located not next to an ocean, but deeply inland. That's not great. That's not the positioning you really want. Okay, so Mercury's got problems. What do we got? We have an ocean dreadnought that probably can't handle that many ships, but we gotta get in there. We gotta stop them. We have no shot at destroying that many ships, but we might be able to damage enough of them that they go home after they kill us. This is going to be the final battle of the night. Okay, so we put torpedoes out towards all of the ships. Small ships are taking hits. They are not all destroyed. They have taken heavy damage. Erendite, I forgot to put him on hard laser. I want him to take shots at this guy if possible. Yep, okay. Try to disable him if it's at all... Okay. We got absolutely wrecked on the ocean. Ocean is fully disabled. Any shot we had of winning is completely gone. But I would say we've done excellent damage to the enemies. No battleship destroyed. No heavy ship destroyed. What'd we get? One small ship, a second one that's thoroughly damaged, and a third one with light damage? Not the worst. Not the worst. Maybe we got two small ships? I don't think so, though. I think it was one. It was one small ship, two damaged. Let's see what the aliens do with this opportunity. In the arms of Mercury. The second issue is that more bad ships are showing up. More alien. Okay, they split the fleets. That's not bad. That's a good call on their part, honestly. Wow, they split the fleet a lot. 420 is completely out of it. It's not going anywhere. It has no Delta V. This guy is still maneuverable, but it has almost no maneuvering capability. 64 milligs. That's almost as slow as we are. And these are the battleships. They have stopped shooting, interestingly enough. I wonder what the plan is. And there it is. That's the plan. It's to start shooting again. Mercury base 4. Taking those hits. We just rebuilt and upgraded those mines at Mercury. This is a big loss for us.
Assistance.
That's it for this turn. We've had a bunch of crazy fleet battles. Mixed efficacy, I would say. It definitely sounds like we are going to lose
Standing by.
some of Mercury. I think that they are concentrating on the bases on Mercury that don't have surface defenses to shoot up at them. But I think with the size of the ships that they've got there, with multiple laser battleship types in orbit, they're going to burn away all of Mercury, which is going to be a huge loss in terms of regular metals and noble metals. I mean, this is pretty much the only place you can get them in such huge numbers. We're going to have to wait for them to leave to start rebuilding. There's a chance that they don't leave and just blow up any new base that we make there, in which case Mercury will be lost to us for a while. But we have a huge pile of metals and noble metals. We don't use a huge amount of them in our current shipbuilding. We will need them later. I think it's okay to lose control of Mercury temporarily, but we have gained control of the Earth, which is very considerable. So it's time to start thinking about Marines. Anyway, thanks for joining me.